Yes, what's going on, legends? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little afternoon stream for you. Yes, indeed, it's lunchtime, legends. How you doing? Thank you very much for joining us for the live show. Absolutely sweltering in here. Sweating my tits off at the start of this show. It's obscene. But I hope you're enjoying the nice weather, guys. It's not that nice in this garage studio, though. But welcome into every single one of you legends. Thank you for joining us. Everyone here in the chat, Griffin, Pete Morris, what's going on? Paula Zidane, 2 School for Cool, William, Pete, Griffin, Matthew Smith, get in there, my son. Ray UK, how you doing? Lord Rodney Trotter, Robert Hewer, Vexico Vice, Adrian Morris, Temesgen, yes, Compost Smurf, Vincent Bullock, how you doing, Vinny? Johnny M, and everybody else who's in here as well. Thank you very much for joining us for the live show. Do us a favour at the start of this show, smash the like button on it. You can also repost us on X. There's the link right there at the top of the live chat. Feel free to share that. We'll give you a cheeky little shout out later. Legends, absolute legends. So we're here to discuss the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates of the morning and the day. That's what we do here around about this time of day, every single day. Make sure you do like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. And get down below if you're on catch up later and get your thoughts in the not live comment section as well. We'd love to hear from you. We will be getting in the chat, but of course Q&A at the end. And we've got a good bit to cover in this video today. Thank you, Wayne. Let's go, G. Lewis. Everybody who's in here. Nice one, nice one. Legends. Okay, so a lot of stories coming out today. You know, a lot of it sounds kind of speculative guff to me, but let's get into it. Reports are that Juventus want Sancho. Juventus want Jadon. Juventus have started direct contact with Manchester United in the last few hours. They're talking directly to Sancho as well. This is from Gianluca Di Marzio over there in Italy. Get in there, my son. See you later on, Jadon Sancho. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it, to get Jadon off the books nice and early? Oh, yeah, so there are reports of this anyway. Obviously, we've got to wait and see what happens here, as I've said. You know, Sancho is one of those players that he kind of seems to me like he's all about the money. So if Man United can pay him more to stay, obviously, i.e. if there can't be a contractual agreement worked out there between him and Juventus that makes sense for him, then I just can't really see the deal happening. Maybe they can afford to pay him. You know, maybe they see the value in this guy because he obviously will cost not very much to begin with. And then, you know, obviously they can just pay the wages for a couple of seasons, whatever. Maybe the overall cost of the deal isn't astronomical as long as the initial fee is quite low. So, you may well say that, Adrian. Thank you very much. Thank you, Abdullah Irwin, as well. See you later on, Gascho. Let's hope this is the case. Let's hope this is true. Let's hope Juventus are progressing with a deal for Jadon Sancho. It would make things just a heck of a lot nicer around the club to not have a player who's want away there, to not have a player who's a bit of, you know, prima donna ego type, that we don't need these players anymore. We're trying to get rid of all of those sorts of players. This would be a good start, getting rid of one of the biggest sort of anchors at our football club. Anchors and wankers at our football club, like bogging us down, you know? And we could get rid of him, get the money off of our books, hopefully. Maybe Juventus won't pay all of his wages and we might have to do a little something there. That's possible. But it would probably still be worthwhile for Man United to do. You know, paying 50k a week to someone to be away in a different league is better than paying 300k a week for them to be, you know, on dishwashing duty with Doris the Tea Lady, basically. So you've got to say, this would be an absolute masterstroke. And look, Compost Smurf, yes, I mean, look, I find this very much hard to believe they're Compost Smurf, lad, I do. But apparently, you've just said it, there's a 25 million bid for Sancho. I mean, it sounds absolutely ridiculous, doesn't it? Who the hell would pay? Look, here's a report, but again, look, this is from United Exclusive on Twitter, but it's via Marco Gordiano. I don't know anything about this guy, right? But lots of different United sort of news pages and stuff are using this as a source. And here is what you're talking about. Juventus have made an offer of 25 million euros for Jadon Sancho. The offer was considered an important one. Now Juventus have to convince the player, who as it stands is interested by a possible move to Napoli. Okay. I have to just think that this is absolute bullshit. I have to think that at the moment, because How is anybody thinking it's a good idea to pay 25 million for Sancho at the moment? And then his wages as well. I don't get it. I don't think there's any value in a Jadon Sancho deal. You don't know what you're going to get. Are you going to get somebody who's just there for the money? He could be a baller. Who knows? I do think Serie A would be a good destination for him to try, though, because I think he'd probably do well out there. English players who go over there, or players from the Premier League, seem to do well out there. So I'm thinking that Sancho probably would be open to a move there. Obviously, we've heard, yes, Napoli have an interest in him. That maybe appeals, but if there's no offer from them, no contract discussions or anything, well, he's not going to go there, is he? They have to want him. Maybe they will want him and maybe they will bid. But right now, this is a report that says Juventus have made an offer of 25 million euros for Sancho. The offer was considered an important one. Right, so let's just dissect that and get into that for a minute, folks. Pretty nutty stuff if it's true. I don't think it is true. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Do you think this particular update in regards to them offering 25 million euros for Sancho is true? Yes or no? Honestly, I've got to lean on the no massively because, as I said in recent days, I just don't think you could get that sort of money for Sancho right now. Even though we paid 73 million for him, he's still reasonably young with quite a bit to offer, I suppose, for many years. Even with all that considered, he is not a good value deal for anybody looking to bring him in. If you look at Chelsea, they didn't see the value in him because of his wages and his wage demands. His wage demands are crazy. And then also, you know, there's doubts about his mentality. That's a big concern as well. He's not exactly been in great form for a while, has he, this guy? So, you know, I can't imagine any team in their right mind would see the value of paying 25 million plus a few £100,000 a week to him right now. I think lots of teams will want him. I'm sure Juventus will want him. I'm sure Napoli would want him. But I would imagine they would want him for, you know, 5 million quid, 10 million quid, 15 million tops. This seems a little bit too much, to be honest. Yes, get in there, Tommy boy. How you doing? He says, please, please be true. Let's hope it is true. Let's hope it is true, but it sounds too good to be true at the moment. Yet, there you go. Griffin says, absolutely not. Italian clubs are a bit of a crisis with money nowadays. They do not have the financials to pay his monstrous wage. I don't know about that. I mean, if you look at, like, you know, there's certain clubs like who can pay big players. Like, for instance, I think even at Juve, you know, you've got players on big money. We're supposedly interested in bringing in the likes of Vlahovic on the cheap, but he's got wages of over 250k a week. Also, Osimhen over there, obviously, he's on like 350k a week, isn't he? So, I don't know. I mean, I know what you're saying. Obviously, if they were to balance things up, maybe they are trying to move on the likes of Vlahovic. Who knows? It can be true. How long does he have on his contract? That plays a big part, Piggy. I think he's only got a year left, though, bud. Let me just double-check this, but I'm pretty sure Jadon Sancho's contract expires next summer, but I could be wrong. Let me just double-check that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, actually, guys. I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to find out, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it is. Yes, June 30th, 2026. That's what I've got down here. So that means his contract literally expires in a year. So that's another reason why you can't expect to get an insane amount of money for Jadon Sancho. We're going to get into that Omar Parvez. It's looking good, mate. Things are looking good at the moment, but obviously still very early. I mean, there's lots of speculation at the moment. No actual concrete bids or anything, so we'll get into that, though. Daz Salford says, I hope so. I know. It would be amazing to get this guy out. Juventus can afford decent wages. Yeah, the big clubs in Italy. You know, end of the day, the big clubs in Italy are getting to, you know, Champions League finals and stuff. Teams like Inter. Napoli just won the league. They pay big wages, so they can pay some big money. Not as much as the Premier League, maybe, but certainly, you know, still a significant amount. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. She says, early likes, please, 100. Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, if you could do us a favour and smash the like button if you're just getting in here, that would help out the stream big time. Let's get that sucker to 100 likes. Thank you, Stephanie. Also, if you're in here for the first time, get involved in the chat, say hello, but also smash that like button. No, smash that subscribe button. Get yourself subscribed. We're on here daily with the United News. Nice. Football Italia website saying preliminary talks opened up. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Not yet, no, Kawarang, but we're expecting something like that in the next few days. I personally wouldn't, you know, trapdoor. I think there's some better options for us, but I mean, I've always thought he was really decent and rated him. I think he has some injury concerns, though, doesn't he? But, you know, he's not top of my list. No, he's probably like 8th down the list. I still believe if we can't get Gyokeres, somebody like, you know, a Mateta or a Visser, who are sort of proven in the Premier League would be better. Even an Ollie Watkins, if you can do something with Aston Villa. You know, I like the Premier League proven aspect of players coming into United this season. In previous years under Erik Spendhaag, we obviously spent a lot of money on players coming from different leagues. And now we seem to be taking a different approach, which is to try and sign the players from the Premier League who are proven to do it in the Premier League. And I think that's a good tactic to take this summer with our signings, largely. I mean, not everyone's going to be a Premier League player that we sign. No, you know, there's great talents that can come in from abroad, but just it's more of a guarantee that they're going to hit the ground running. And that is what you want at the moment when United are really, really struggling. Okay, so, look, obviously, guys, we have to take them with a pinch of salt, but, you know, it does seem like Juventus have maybe made an offer for Jadon Sancho. It sounds too good to be true to me. 25 million euros for Scamcho. I mean, fair enough. If they really want him, then that's a deal we cannot turn down. The offer was... we couldn't turn down 2 million, to be honest. The offer was considered an important one. Now Juventus have to convince the player. So that's going to be in concern. Although I would imagine Jadon Sancho would have interest in playing for Juventus. Juventus is one of the biggest, richest clubs in Italy. You know, huge history. It would be an honour to play for Juve, I'm sure. Jadon Sancho would, I think, like that move. Maybe Napoli would have a little bit of a fight for him as well, but if not, then Juventus, I think, would be a great destination for him. It's just going to come down to wages. Chelsea wanted him. They're a Champions League side in the Prem. He went there. He seemed reasonably happy there. He was doing okay there. Bit gash, but he was doing okay there. And they reportedly wanted him and wanted to fulfill that sort of, you know, that obligation to buy. But the wages were a problem with Jadon Sancho, and that's where the deal sort of fell down, really. They didn't see the value in the wages over the long-term period, so they had to pull out, and they would rather pay Man United 5 mil to give him back to us. So that's why I'm a little bit, you know, I feel like Jadon Sancho has opportunities in front of him. I mean, he could have gone to do it, but he's not maybe prepared to take less money or anything like that to go, and United have to find the right deal. To be fair, it doesn't really make sense for us to pay any amount of his remaining wage on his one-year contract if he's playing in the Premier League for an opposition club. But perhaps we would actually chip in a little bit there if he went to Juve, you know, because it doesn't affect us. And it's, like I've said, paying 50k a week is better than paying 300k a week for a player who's either way not going to be any use to you whatsoever. So I could see a reality where United, you know, accept a deal there with Juve and maybe Scamcho goes. Let's hope it'll be a brilliant player to get out. Peter Abate, thank you so much for your super chat there, lad. Get some love in there for Peter Abate. Yes. Yeah, Peter says, as primarily a Juve fan, trust me, you don't want Vlahovic. He gets pushed off the ball easily and doesn't fight for the ball. He's very overrated. A fair play, yeah. I mean, I'm not even blown away by his sort of record. I was looking at his record the other day, and he's a bit of a 1-in-3 merchant. You know, sometimes if he has a good season, 1-in-2. You know, I'm not really overly blown away by him, Peter, I'll be honest with you, bud. Yeah, like I say, he's right down on the list for me. I like a lot of other players, you know, Osimhen, the Gyokeres deal would be a good one for us still, I believe. Yeah, the likes of Visser, Kluivert, loads, mate. Peter, thank you so much, you legend. I appreciate you. Yeah, good shout there. I love it, lad. Thank you for getting in, you Italian stallion. Let's go, Peter Abate. Appreciate that, my friend. Oh, yes. Get in. Daz Salford has gifted out 5 members on the channel. Thank you so much, Daz, you legend. We've got 5 new members thanks to Daz, who's become a member now. We've got Sirius Lee, Bro Daddy, United GT, Gavin Duplessis, and Mark Murphy. Come on. Everybody, get some big love in there for Daz. I appreciate that, lad. That's awesome. And if you're one of the lucky ones, give him a big thank you. Appreciate you there, Daz. That's awesome, mate. Hero. Absolute hero. I do have some more information on this Sancho guff. Hello, Sully. What's happening, Sully Griffin, you hero? Hey, look. This is what Samuel Luckhurst said. He said Sancho and Antony both taking measures to try and get permanent moves away from Man United. Apparently, there's even reports that the likes of Antony would be prepared to take a little bit of a pay cut in order to move. I find that a little bit speculative as well, but you never know. I mean, Antony could be the sort of fellow who just wants to go out in there and play. We know that he's at the moment being discussed for as an option for Real Betis. He's been on loan there. He was good there. They are reportedly in the behind the scenes what's supposed to be happening, and obviously again this is just some bits and bobs of information I've got, but there are reports that there's essentially talks for like paying 20 million euros up front for him at the moment, and then maybe a similar amount in a year's time, because Real Betis are going to struggle to pay his value, which is around about sort of 40 million euros right now in one pop. That's the reports anyway. That's what we've sort of heard, and I think that that's probably reasonably true. I'm sure United will be open to doing something like that maybe for Antony, just to get him gone, and as long as we're getting a significant amount up front. Of course, we need money. Man United need money in this transfer window to sign new players, so we're going to try and get as much as we can. But we are doing deals ourselves like that with the likes of Wolves for Mateus Cunha. So it doesn't really, it's not too far away from thinking that we could maybe do a structured deal with Real Betis where they buy Antony for, say, 40 million euros, but over a couple of seasons. I think that would work. So yeah, Antony could be maybe, you know, soon going as well to the likes of Real Betis. They've got that big, strong interest in him and are working on things behind the scene to try and make a deal work. But there is a lot of money involved for a club like Betis in regards to Antony. But as I said, there's even reports that perhaps Antony would be prepared to play for a bit less as well. But I don't know about that. So there you go. You know, Sancho want to sign Juventus. Real Betis want to sign Antony. It's all looking good, guys. It's all looking good for players out. The only one of the players it's not looking great for players out, and we're going to get into players in a minute, but one of the players it's not looking good for players out would be Marcus Rashford. So Marcus Rashford at the moment, why is nobody looking for Rashford? You know, you would think there would be lots and lots and lots and lots of clubs lining up for Rashford. I think it tells you a little story. You know, he's expensive. He's expensive for what he is. He is a good player, but he's not a sensational world-class player. But he is a good player. Bit of a headless chicken sometimes. But he's a very good player and he's done some very good things. But there's not a queue of clubs lining up to take him, is there? This is a report from Samuel Luckhurst also that says that Manchester United could loan Marcus Rashford again for next season. He prefers a club in the Champions League and isn't considering moves to Saudi or Turkey. And obviously lots of other reports about Rashford is that he's holding out for the likes of Barcelona. But they're just signing Nico Williams. It's not going to happen, is it? I don't think that's going to happen anymore with them signing Williams. So, yeah, you can probably put that one on the back burner there, Rashford. He's going to have to be more realistic about where he's going to go. I think that would have been a dream move for him, obviously, going to Barcelona. It's perfect, big money club, huge, 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 huge brand. That's what he likes. That's what he is. He is a big brand in terms of a footballer. So Rashford you know, may not be saleable this summer. That's the reality, is that he's expensive, and it depends on him. There were some reports coming out the other day that he'd even rejected a move to Newcastle. I don't think that one was personally true, but, you know, it is a concern that maybe he is holding out for literally one of the top European teams, and it's unlikely that they're going to go in for him. That's just how it is. Maybe somebody will, but in reality, a loan move might actually happen. Let's ask the live chat what you think happens with Rashford, because it's interesting. Yeah, there you go. All European teams watch this channel. We've put them off Rashford. Let's think about this, guys. So, in terms of all the, what do you think is going to happen with Rashford this season? Do you think we're going to keep him and have him in the team, in the squad? Do you think we're going to sell him and generate that cash and get him off of our books, or do you think we're going to loan him for just a short-term deal where he, you know, will get obviously off of our books to a degree? But in terms of a permanent situation, it's not solved. What do you think? Keep, sell, or loan? Do you think we'll keep him, loan him, or sell him? Have your say. I do think a loan move is probably the most likely, with maybe an option or an obligation to buy later on, I suppose. Because it's a lot of money you're talking about here. And obviously he is a little bit of a, I guess, a concern if you're taking him on due to a pretty bang average season. I don't know. I mean, you know, I would expect there to be clubs interested in Rashford. I'm surprised there's not more. But maybe it's down to the player just wanting him too much, wanting one of the big brand clubs, you know. Maybe that's what it is. And you've seen now Barca go for Nico Williams. Yeah, that's a good shout, Tim Kelly. Rashford should go back to Villa. Fair play, yeah. That would be a sensible move for him, really. There's a couple of issues there, and the reason it won't happen is just the finances. We do want money for Rashford. We do want at least 40 million quid for Rashford. And we also need the club to pay all of his wages. especially if they're in the same league as us. They can't afford him, really. Aston Villa, I very much doubt it. I know they're doing better these days. They're up there and they're competing for Europe and stuff like that. But can they really pay £350,000 a week to a player, to Rashford? I mean, they don't pay any of their other players that money. So I don't think so. But you never know. I suppose it could happen. But it's, again, I can't see it happening. Loan to Newcastle, sell, punt him into the sun, sell. Best bet, do something with Villa. He was already there. They know what he can do. Cash in on it. Yeah, true. But can they afford him? I don't know if they can afford him. Rashford has a delusional mindset, so if he thinks he can join a big club, he needs a tap on the head. Yeah, Villa would be a great club for him, actually. It's probably about the right stature, right size of club for him. It would be a good move for him, in my opinion. It's still in the Premier League. They're still up there. You've got a good coach. Loan to Arsenal? Absolutely not. Sell or loan? Any will do. Good shout with Daz Salford. Yes, absolutely. That was like 3 days ago, Marcus Lewis, but thanks for getting that breaking news in there, my friend. Who are you? Do you work for Slow Sports News, lad? Very grateful for the membership gift. Hey, get in there, seriously. Yes, it was from the legend Daz Salford. Thank you, seriously, for saying thank you. Williams, Probko and Barcelona, so Gashford living in dreamland. Exactly, yes. Nico Williams is basically soon to be a Barcelona player, it seems. So where the hell is the bid for Rashford going to come in? They're already spending money on him. Plus, it's the same position, isn't it, basically? I mean, what's Rashford going to do? Play up striker for them? No. Probably not. Do you want what you want with Rashford, but keep him away from Newcastle, please. Hey, fair play. See, even the Geordies don't want him. Why would he go back to Villa when he didn't want to stay at Villa? Well, there might not be many options for him. You know, I still think there is a possibility if he can't get a move right. I still think there's a possibility if he's got the right attitude and if he wants to play and if he just goes and, you know, has that conversation with Ruben Amorim and just apologises and commits to working ridiculously hard and shows him and works his way and proves himself back into the team, then I still think we could keep him. And the reason I think we could still keep him is because there just might not be a deal on the table for us to sell him. And it also might not make too much financial sense for us to loan him, right? And depending on who is actually interested in him. I still think we're going to be trying to do that, obviously. That is our key priorities, is to transfer him away or loan him out, get him gone off the books, make a financial deal that makes sense to us, get him gone. But if we can't, you've got Rashford there, who is a good player. Ruben Amorim, if Rashford shows the right mentality and everything, could maybe just allow him a chance once again. But I still think that's very much a doubt. He loaned him out end of the day, didn't see him fit in his system, and he didn't want him in the squad. He didn't like his ego or, you know, his effort levels, whatever. So he didn't want him. But if Rashford was to hold his hands up and apologise to Ruben and actually show real determination and grit to work hard in every training session and every, you know, game, whatever, every opportunity, he maybe could still be included and involved in the squad, which I don't want, because what's the point of having him when he doesn't even truly want to be here? He wouldn't have gone out on loan to Villa if he really wanted to be at United here. I don't think he's happy here at United. He said as much, you know, a few months ago he came out with that statement, time to maybe move on from Manchester United, you know. I don't think anything's changed. So I think he does want to move, but it seems like he only wants to move to one of the big boys in Europe, which he's asking a little bit too much. It's not that reasonable, I think. Maybe a Napoli-type team could be interested. They've just won the league. He's got his mate Scotty McTominay over there. If they are not going to get Sancho, which it seems like they were interested in Sancho, and if he ends up going to Juve, then perhaps they could be tempted. That's all I'm saying. Perhaps they could be tempted by Gashford. Yep, would be good if he just terminated his own contract. True, he's never going to do that, though. Yes, we've got 100 likes. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the like button on the stream. Keep hitting the thumbs ups. Help us get to 200 likes. We've got 228 legends in here. Let's get this sucker to 200 likes. Thank you so much. Also, keep hitting the subscribe button if you're new. We're going to be on here again tonight around about 10 p.m. for the latest transfer news. We cover it daily in a no-bullshit way. So come and get yourself subscribed and click the bell icon. Yep, Rashford requesting too much wages difficult. Hey, you have a good one there, Daz Salford. Piggy, finish it free. Hey, yes, absolutely, mate. Must be sweltering out there for you today there, Daz. Have a great day, mate. You absolute legend. I appreciate you, dude. We've got a super chat from Avram Glazer. Oh, piss off, lad. Here we go. The man with a skullet. You just joined. What is this melt talking about? I'm talking about Glazers out. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the shittest owners in all of the Premier League, lad. I.e. you melts. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and what of it? No, but okay, so I was just talking about Gashford. Yeah, here's another little bit of tidbit of news. I mean, again, you just don't know what's going to happen, but it makes sense, doesn't it? Smasher one if you do this. Rashford's expected to have the number 10 revoked and it be given to Matheus Cunha. This is via Samuel Luckhurst as well. What do you reckon, guys? What you saying, guys? I say that could well be true, yeah. Especially if Rashford's trying to go, and especially if we're trying to sell him. Like, that makes perfect sense. Matheus Cunha should get the number 10, really. It makes sense. He's playing in the 10, and he is obviously a great player, and it makes a bit of sense. So I say that should happen. Rashford should have his number 10 revoked, and it should be given to Matheus Cunha. Obviously, yeah, there you go, another nudge out the door for Marcus. There you go. If they were to do that and revoke the 10 from Rashford and give it to Matheus Cunha, I mean, that tells you everything about what the plans are for him. Another thing that will tell us the plans for him and everyone, I suppose. I mean, you could say it's a bit of shop window tactics, but another thing that will tell us about it is what happens with the pre-season tour. So once we go away, like who's on the plane, you know, who's on the plane and who's left back in the changing room. That will tell you a lot about what the plans are as well. That's if we can't sell players before then. I'm aware that's a month away, but a lot of these deals are probably going to take a long time to conclude. Abdullah Irwan says Tom Heaton's new deal at Manchester United has been agreed and sealed done deal. It will be valid until June 2026. Get in there, Abdullah Irwan. Yes, lad. I know. Tom Heaton, new contract. Third choice goalkeeper. Let's have a party. Give Cunha the 10. Yeah, there you go. Ivor 10 already given to Cunha. That's what you reckon. Yeah, I think you're probably right, mate. I think you're probably right, lad. Arsenal Manic says to Afram Glazer, love your work, mate. Never sell the club. You shithouse. You shithouse. Oh, Chris Koo. Chris Koo getting in there with a monster super duper chat, lad. Get the fuck in there, Chris Koo, lad. Let's get some doves in there from above. Koo, 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 Koo. Calling the doves, mate, for Chris Koo. Chris Koo, thank you so much, mate. You're a legend, lad. That's very nice of you. He says, big up, Pig. Hope you're well. Haven't been on recently. Sorry, but I needed a break from United, to be totally honest. I feel you. I didn't want to come in and spread my negative vibes on your news show with the way I feel recently. Oh, it's all right, Chris. We love a bit of negativity around here, you know. End of the day, it is a negative situation at the football club, lad. But no, I completely understand, mate. I would have loved to have had a cheeky little break from United as well, lad. But the show must go on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree. I don't blame you at all. In fact, if I were you, I still wouldn't even be in, mate. I'd still be having a breakaway from talking about United right now. But, I mean, at least we have signed Cunha. At least we are close to signing Mbuemo. And at least there are discussions now about players leaving the football club, you know. So there's some positive stuff happening, Chris, at least. If you've missed out, you know, you've not really missed much in terms of this summer. You know what's been going on anyway. But obviously the Cunha news is the big one so far. Hopefully we can sell the likes of Scamcho and Anthony. That's realistic reasonably soon. Other than that, you know, we're talking about Martinez and a new goalkeeper. So let's get into that news next. Thank you so much, Chris Koo, by the way, you absolute legend, for getting in here raw, lad, with a £30 super chat. Really appreciate that, mate. That's bloody awesome. That will help keep the lights on, you legend. Thank you so much. By the way, look at the temperature now, guys. In here, it's 27.1 degrees in my room right now. It's too hot. I'm starting to get, you know, when you get like lines of sweat under your moobs. You know what I mean? Well, some of you won't. Some of you won't, but... Yes, it's doing my head in this merry-go-round. Mate, thank you so much, mate. That's awesome. I really do appreciate you watching still, though, and getting involved, lad. Thank you, Chris. Legend, lad. Hope you're keeping well. You get in whenever you want to, lad. Which ins and out do you expect by June? Carl Rang. So I expect a new goalkeeper, i.e. maybe Martinez, a new striker. Oh, by end of June, sorry. Oh, shit, sorry. Just Mbuemo, mate, and maybe even not Mbuemo. Maybe even Mbuemo would be the 1st of July, lad. So, nobody there, go Rang. Okay, let's just get into the Martinez news then, guys. We've covered the, if you missed the start, we've covered the Sancho news. Sancho is wanted by Juventus. There's reports here from Gianluca Di Marzio from Italy saying Juventus have started direct contact with Manchester United in the last few hours. They're talking directly to Sancho as well. Get in there, my son. Also, reports that Sancho and Anthony both taken measures to try and get permanent moves away from Man United. This is via Samuel Luckhurst. And then there is a report here being used by a lot of United pages on Twitter, etc., saying Juventus have made an offer of 25 million euros for Jadon Sancho. The offer was considered an important one. Now Juventus have to convince the player, who as it stands is interested by a possible move to Napoli. That is, again, speculative stuff, but let's hope it's true. I can't think of it being true, because who in their right mind would pay that much money for Sancho and then have to pay him a few $100,000 a week as well, which is crazy. United looking to loan Gashi. That could happen as well. Hang on a second. I've clicked the wrong thing. Right, okay. There you go. We're on to the Martinez stuff. Let me just pop that in the corner there, actually. Wait a second. Okay, so Martinez talks, guys. There are reports now going around that United and Aston Villa are due to start talks over Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez has given the green light. He wants to move to Old Trafford. Come on. This would be good news as well. I need a shot-stopping shithouse in United's team. He'd be brilliant. Just picture this, guys. Picture this, right? Picture this. The butcher, Martinez, our Martinez, gets back to fitness and turns into some sort of Argentinian Vidic, and he's just shithousing it at the back for us. And then there's a double shithouse moment with his compatriot where both Martinez double shithouse opposition players, mate. Think about how awesome that's going to be. Yeah, we'll have a bit of bottle, a bit of tenacity at the back for a change, a bit of fucking nastiness. Yeah, you need a bit of nastiness. The Bash Bros, the Martinez twins. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cray twins, but in a football sense. I fucking love the idea of it, I do. I want to see a couple of shithouses in there, you know? We got too many nice guys. Not enough shithouses. So Emilio Martinez talks could be happening, and obviously that would be a great replacement for Onana. He is rather awful. And there is another report here from Diario Oli. Again, take this speculative, take it with a pinch of salt. But apparently we've made official contact now with Aston Villa to find out the terms of a potential deal. I mean, that is essentially what this report's saying as well, which just sort of says that we're due to start talks. So, yeah, surely, if we're trying to sign the player, we need to start talks. So I think that there's some weight to this. I think Martinez is obviously on the agenda for United. Fabrizio last night reporting and confirming that Emi Martinez would be open to a move to Manchester United, even without Champions League football. So it all sounds good. And then plus also to add a little bit of extra fuel to the fire. What's this? What's this? AS Monaco are considering a move for Andre Onana. This is from L'Equipe in France. So again, take it with a pinch of salt. But reports going around that AS Monaco are considering a move for Andre Onana. Yes! The saviours! Monaco, the saviours! Thank you so much, Monaco, if that's true, for coming in. And if they do want him, if they want to take him in any capacity, whatever, loan move, transfer, new water boy, whatever they want to do, if they want to take him on, then that would be fantastic for us, wouldn't it? And it would just further show you what our intentions are at goalkeeper, because a lot of people have been saying Andre Onana's not going anywhere, and he might not go anywhere at the moment. Just because Monaco have an interest, according to L'Equipe, doesn't mean anything, and he might still be hard to sell. End of the day, finances are going to be an issue possibly for some clubs, but I think we'd let him go reasonably on the cheap. How much do you reckon we could generate for an Onana, guys? Let us know. How much do you think we'd sell him for? I say we'd literally let him go for maybe more than half price. I'd say 20 to 25 million pounds. We paid like 50 million pounds for him, so 20 to 25 million. 20 million gets Onana in my books, especially if you're getting Martinez for like 30 million, around there. It's not a lot more, really. You might as well just do a swap, pay an extra 10 mil. I would take 20 million for this guy if there was offers on the table. Absolutely. 15 to 20, £1.50 a used tampon. Bloody hell, you'd sell Onana for a signed Monaco shirt. Big wages with these players have caught up with us now. Can't get rid. That is an issue. I mean, at least Onana's not on crazy money, though, Malps. He's actually, I think he's on, what is Onana on? What's the official or the reported figure? I think it's in at about 160 a week or 150k a week. It's a lot, but it's not insane. It's not like he's on 250k or 300k a week. 20 million's about right. Yeah. Martinez makes mistakes more than Onana. Check the stats. Not the case. Not the case. I saw this last season comparisons, right? And the stats for these two were very similar, actually. But he doesn't make more mistakes. He made slightly less mistakes. And then over the last few seasons, if you look, he made a lot less. Plus, he's just better, isn't he? It's not all about that as well. It's also about, like, his overall performances in other games. Errors are going to happen to every goalkeeper, but what about the overall performances in other games as well? And just how good you look, how well you command the box, how many, good sort of games you have. That's another factor as well. It's not just about that. Yeah. Anyway, 35 million. 15 million, giveaway for 18.5 million with add-ons, 10 million if he wins a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, 150 is insane when you're trying to sell him. That's true, yeah. You're going to have to pay someone 20 mil to take him off your hands. 20 mil. He's not a safe keeper, also erratic. No, I agree, Superstar. Emiliano Martinez is not the least erratic goalkeeper. He's somewhat eccentric, somewhat erratic, makes mistakes. End of the day, he made a mistake against us last day of the season, didn't he? And he's banned for the first few games of the new campaign because he rushed out and just clattered. Was it Højlund? I can't even remember now, but he clattered someone and got himself sent off. And then, there you go. And then let his team down, and they essentially missed out on the Champions League because of it. So he's obviously not perfect. But I'm just talking about his overall other performances, obviously every game now and then a keeper's going to have a calamity. De Gea was amazing for us, but there's still some real big stick-out points in my head, like Europa League games or just certain fixtures where he's absolutely shat off the bed for us. That's De Gea. But I still think overall, amazing keeper. I used to play in goal, and I like to think of myself as a good goalkeeper, right? Okay. And, but I still have some fucking howlers every now and again. It's a tough position. There's no hiding at goalkeeper, If you make an absolute howler, that's it. You're the mug of the day, That's the reality. And it happens from time to time. Even if you're fantastic in other games, fantastic most of the season, you're still going to have a couple of absolute shitters now and then. That's how it goes. That's goalkeepers for you. The best goalkeepers are the ones who are more consistent and have less shitters. But still, even the very best goalkeepers in the world have some shitters. You just Google it, you just YouTube it, Donnarumma mistakes, fucking Schmeichel mistakes, Seaman mistakes, whatever. Just, actually, don't Google Seaman mistakes. Don't Google that, mate, no. I'm just saying, lots of these goalkeepers make mistakes, but they're great goalkeepers. You know when a goalkeeper's a great goalkeeper. Yeah, De Gea did have howlers. De Gea did have howlers, mate, absolutely. But he also was consistently brilliant for a lot of the seasons we had him for. Yeah, Diogo Costa, I know we were talking about the interest last night as well. I think that's a nice move as well. I like it a lot. If we could not get Martinez, then the Diogo Costa signing would be a good one in my opinion. Thank you, guys. Nice, you also playing in goal. Semi-pro, nice one, Ivor lad. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. Like, people will try and be cool. Oh, yeah, I never made any mistakes. You're going to make mistakes sometimes. Every player makes mistakes. But when you make a mistake at goalkeeper, it's the worst. It's the worst for the team because you're conceding a goal. A mistake means a goal for the opposition at goalkeeper. That doesn't really necessarily mean that much. If you're a midfielder and you lose the ball and somebody does you up, doesn't really matter. You still got the last line of defence and the actual defence there to stop it. So it's a different sort of a vibe. Goalies are going to make mistakes. Too many players on heavy and long contracts, mismanagement of funds, hard to sell. Man United players are undesirables for many teams. When did last we have teams lining up to buy any of players? Never. I like your style there, okay, yeah. It's because big contracts are crazy, aren't they? Yeah, like you say, it's so hard to move these players on. Very true there, okay. And they all seem to flop, and then their value's just so much lower than what we paid for them as well. Oh, legend, Sully, lad. Well, have a great time, lad. Yes, if you're coming down south, hit me up, lad. And also, I would advise you to go possibly in May or June, personally, rather than April, because the weather's usually so much nicer around about then. Like if you were over here right now, you'd be bloody loving it, mate. I mean, maybe it's a bit too hot, but it's like being in, it's like being in Spain right now, mate. It's very, very sunny and warm and nice. No, you don't want that. You don't want that in your search history, mate. No. Thank you so much. Yes, appreciate that. Yes, you can follow the gaming channel Flying Pig Gaming as well. Andre Onana and Chelsea's Jordi Petrovic considered by Monaco as goalkeeper pursuits. Let's hope it's Andre Onana, lad. You have money, Pig. Buy a new goalkeeper, replace Onana. Just a joke. You could probably afford him, actually. We're not going to get a lot from him, I don't think. Oh, a Seaman mistake. A picture of Andre Onana would have been. Yeah, the track says as an outfield player, if you make a mistake, you can push to rectify by work rate, which fans love. A keeper is just waiting for another opportunity. There you go. And obviously, as I say, if you make a mistake in midfield, yes, you know, you might get some jeers, you might feel like a tit. But ultimately, if a goalie makes a mistake, it usually leads to a goal. Lucas Chevalier, great shout. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you got a good young goalkeeper. Good option. I like the idea of Martinez because I think he does have what we need right now, which is obviously the experience. He's 32. You know, he's won things like the World Cup and the Golden Glove at the World Cup and all sorts of stuff like that. He is obviously a very big, high-profile, experienced goalkeeper. Plus, Premier League experience is big, and he might be available for not too much money. Let's have a look at the price tag. So, price tag for him. Wait, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. This one here, there are reports going around, you know, that Emiliano Martinez asking price from Aston Villa would be around about 40 million euros, which is about 34 million pounds, which is the maximum that United are willing to offer. I mean, it sounds about right. Obviously, nobody truly knows what we're willing to offer, but I'm just saying it sounds about right. I would expect we could get him for between 25 and 30 million, I would hope. 34 million pounds is a maximum, I guess. If we could get money back for Onana, say we could get 20 mil back for Onana, maybe they would just pay that and get him in there if Villa were open to selling him. But again, you know, it's still maybe just a little bit too much. But if we could get him for 30 million pounds, I think we'd all be quite keen on getting that deal done because it's not a lot of money. It's hard to actually get goalkeepers like Emiliano Martinez or any top player really to sign for Man United at this moment without Champions League football and without actually being a good team, because last season we finished 15th and lost by the 18 games or whatever it was. We are seriously guff at the moment. We have to be honest. We even lost to Spurs in the Europa final and lost to them 4 times last season. That's how guff we are if we're getting done up by Spurs. So for that reason, guys, I do believe that Emi Martinez, you know, would be a good addition to the team, and it's hard to actually get players of his quality at the moment really to come and leave teams like Aston Villa. So if he wants to come and play for Man United, we should probably get that deal done and bring him in. But like Tommy said, you know, the Diogo Costa deal would be a good one as well. He seems a great keeper, and he has a good experience as well. Plus, he's got that sort of connection there with Amorim in terms of being a Portuguese friend. So there's some basis for that as well. But obviously, we've got to try and, you know, put the feelers out there for different clubs. It seems we've now made contact, or at least initial contact, with Aston Villa for Emi Martinez. And if we were able to bring him in early in the window, you know, start of July before pre-season, that would be excellent. And then that further increases the likelihood, obviously, that we're going to move Onana on. But then it wouldn't even really matter if we moved Onana on. It's not like Onana's the type of guy that's going to make waves. It would just be a backup goalkeeper for us. Yes, you don't want him on the books, because what's the point of paying 150k a week to a backup when you've also got Bayender and Heaton at the football club who's just signed a new deal? I think our intentions with our backups is clear. Bayender and Heaton are our backups. Onana probably will want to play somewhere else anyway. If there's a good team like Monaco are a good standard team. They do pay quite a bit as well. Monaco, if they're interested in him, he might see that as a decent move. I still would imagine that he'd rather try and manoeuvre a move back to Italy, because he was doing really well out in Italy, and if there was a club in Italy interested, why not try and go there? But for Andre Onana, there probably won't be a lot of clubs queuing up to sign him right now due to what you're getting for your money, wages, etc. But he still has shown good things in the past, just not for Manchester United. So maybe teams would actually want him. So yeah, Monaco could be interested in him, which just means that we're getting a new goalkeeper, doesn't it? Get in there, my son. It would mean we're getting a new goalie. 30 million for Martinez. I think that's the magic number, Ivor. How much do you reckon for Martinez, guys? How much would you pay? 30 million's the magic number. I think you're absolutely right. How could they turn that down for a one-away player? Especially when they've got some financial issues at the moment. You like Martinez, but we need a good number 2. Well, we got Bayender. You know, there's nothing wrong with Bayender, really. He's not going to play all that much. Remember, we have less games this season as well. We don't have Europe, so that's like 20 less games or something. Like, more or less, the main number 1 goalkeeper, as long as he's fit, is going to be playing. You think Martinez appealed his 3-match ban? It may get reduced. Interesting. I mean, it was pretty cynical, wasn't it? But oh, no worries, Paula Zidane. Much love. Hey, Fabian Orlando. Thank you so much for getting in here, Fabian Orlando. What a lovely message. Get some love in there for Fabian. Also, if you're just joining, keep hitting the thumbs ups, guys. We're nearly at 169 likes. Keep hitting the thumbs up on the stream. That'll help us out. Get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're new as well. And get in the chat. We want to hear from you. Q&A in a few minutes. Okay. Big ups to you there, Fabian. He says, from the Dominican Republic here. Oh, mate, I wonder where it's hotter right now. The Dominican Republic or England? Right now, what's the temperature right now? It's like friggin' 31 degrees or something, mate. It's crazy here. But it probably is hot as you like over there anyway. But anyway, that's awesome. He says, thank you for all the information. And most importantly, for being so entertaining while doing so. Well, you're a legend then, aren't you, Fabian? Thank you, Fabian Orlando. And that is a pretty awesome name, if I say so myself, mate. You know, sort of sounds like some sort of a porn star or something, though. But big ups to you there, Fabian. You're a legend. Thank you so much. Legend, man. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's get into a couple of other little things that I've got. Then we'll just do a rundown. Then we'll have a shout out to everyone who reposts us on X. Links at the top of the chat. And then we'll get into the Q&A. So just a couple of little bits and bobs more that we've got. Let me just double check, actually, see if anything's come out during this show. We don't want to miss any of the breaking bits and bobs in regards to Manchester United. So let me just check some sources here real quick. No, nothing going on there. Nothing going on there with United, no. Okay, so just the same sources and stuff that we've discussed so far in the stream. Right, I'm just going to shout out everyone real quick. Actually, no, sorry, this was what I needed to read out. One last little story there, which is just a report from Marco Alcaraz that Ruben Amorim welcomes Man United's tough opening fixtures, believing the challenge will prompt the club into speeding transfer business. He has made it clear that his job hinges on getting sufficient transfers in before the season starts, ideally before pre-season. You know, this is absolutely true. And when you actually think about it, I never really thought about it like that. But if United had got like the easiest set of fixtures at the start of the season while the window's still open, then I guess there is slightly less emphasis to go and actually get the deals done early. You know, so us having really tough fixtures like Arsenal and who else we got? Chelsea, haven't we? Burnley, Fulham. You know, I can't quite remember now, but we've got some tough. The first 5 games are bloody tough. I know that much. There's 3 of the top 6 in there, and then there's, you know, Burnley and Fulham. Fulham are no mugs. So it's definitely difficult, right? But it does maybe make an impact on how speedy you get these transfers done, because you're going to want them in there for a start before pre-season, and certainly before you're playing any games in August. So, yeah, that is a good point. Like, it's quite possible that the tough fixture list has sped up our transfer, you know, mentality this summer. Hopefully that's the case. So there you go. I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's quite interesting, and hopefully we can get the deal done. Get the deals done before pre-season. Aram's going to need doing. Good afternoon there, 31787 there, bruh. I totally added a few numbers there. Sorry, lad. Anyway, let's have a little look at the repost. Thank you, everyone who's reposted us. Then we'll get into Q&A for a little bit and see what you guys are saying. Okay, so thank you to the legends that have shared the show out. We've had 13 reposts. Thank you so much for the 13 legends that have shared it around. Big ups, New United. Big ups, lad. Get in there as well. Kieran, Stuart Morgan, Vincent Bullock, John Boy Cat, Tommy Boyle, Terry Hoskins. Get in. UFC Brummy Reds, Compost Smurth. Yes, mate, get in there. Johnny M, Griffin and Bobby. Thank you so much. And Aaron Homeyard as well. Big ups, Aaron Homeyard as well. Thank you so much for sharing it around there. Legends, legends, legends. Okay, let's get stuck bang into the live chat here. See what you guys are saying for a bit. Every game's important in Premier League. Don't matter who we play. Ruben's done if it's horrible start results-wise. Yeah, no, it's going to be tough. We do need to try and get at least 7 points from those first 5 games. And ideally more, you know, ideally more, but we have to be realistic. We are playing some very tough teams. But if we were to only get, you know, 4 points or 1 point from those first 5 games, yeah, he's going to be right up against it. Pig, the sweat is dripping off you. Mate, it's just getting hotter and hotter. What is it now? It's got up to 28 degrees in here now. 28.1, it's just climbing all the time. Yeah, Ivor says, I don't get we need less players because we're not in Europe. It puts more pressure for me because players will be playing more and less squad is quality. Well, you need a bit of squad depth, but you probably only need a few less. You probably need a few less players than what you did last season because you don't have all those games to contend with in Europe. So you can have a bit of a tighter squad. Emmy's worth every penny as market value, which is around 45 mil. Yep. Wayne says, well, how long are you going to be? This bacon butty isn't going to make itself. Are you two an item, are you? Have we got a power couple in the chat, both watching? Awesome. Lord Roddy says, that's what I think Villa would ask for and value him at. Yeah, no, I think they probably want 35 million, wouldn't they? But we could probably get them down to 30. You think it's 4 weeks until pre-season tour? Yeah, that's right. The first game's on the 19th of July. Get in there, Lucky Singh. Pig, say to Aston Villa, we will give Onana and Alejandro Garnacho. We could give them Onana. Garnacho doesn't make sense unless they give us like 25 million as well. Or maybe Ollie Watkins. Maybe we could do with do a deal for Ollie Watkins in that regard. But and they give us some money. But I don't know. Onana swap with Martinez. That would be amazing. It's definitely hotter here in DR, but we'll get Dominican Republic, but we'll get some cervezas and pina coladas. Oh, that sounds bloody good, Fabian lad. Is it really? Crikey. So you're putting up with the heat every summer. This is like freakish for us, mate. Pig, you're on fire today. Thank you, William. You're a legend. Racers, Pig, I am still sticking with Onana. Won't get sold and no goalkeeper will be signed. Oh, that would be mental if we did that. We'd have Onana's flubbery jelly hands as a brain if we did that. Surely we need to get a goalkeeper, you know. I can't imagine Amorim or anybody at the club thinks, yeah, let's stick with Onana. He's solid. Can't imagine it. Nice, your daughter's finished her GCSEs and thinks I just listen to football streams and do F all work. She's found out the truth then, Tractor Boy. Aaron, well, better late than never. That's what they say, isn't it, my friend? How you doing, you absolute legend? I hope you're keeping well, lad. Legendary moderator. Let's go Abdul Kareem Mohammed as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comment there as well. How you getting on? And Mrs. P. Cena? Oh, right, yeah, because you can't see her. Oh, I love it. Kate says, bye, Jadon. Go and be a scapegoat somewhere else, you meltbag. How you doing there, Kate? Yes, I know. That's it. Well, can you believe Juventus are interested in him? I can't even believe it. I hope it's true and I hope he wants to go. Yes, we are. There's no real reports on new movement on Mbuemo today. We covered it last night. We'll probably give you an update on Mbuemo tonight. We'll be back on about 10 p.m. for tonight's show. But, yeah, we'll cover that tonight. There isn't anything, by the way, more so. It could happen any moment. It's the same situation. But right now, nothing more advanced. Try to sell Luke Shaw to Bournemouth as they sold Mount Kirk as the Shitterpool. I mean, great shout with him. If we could, that'd be amazing. I just don't think anybody's going to pay the wages to him that we do. Perhaps if we were prepared to pay him some money to go and play for them, that might help. But he's so injury prone and he's on 6 figures at United. There's no chance. He's probably worth about 50k a week. And that's if he was fit. You steady on now, TK. That's never going to happen, lad. How many European games did we play in total last season? That's a great question. I don't know that off the top of my head. I would hazard a guess at like 18 to 20. I would say that's probably how many. I forget how many sort of those league games we played and then the knockout rounds. I would say maybe 18 to 20, but somebody might be able to just Google that real quick or knows. Get in there, the Cinnamon. Yes, how you getting on, lad? Onana won't go. You guys just signed him. I don't know, it's been, how long was it? 2 years ago now we signed him. He's been here he's been here for 2 seasons. Same with Højlund, Anthony, these guys. We can sell them. I mean, it wasn't last summer we signed Onana, was it, guys? It was the season before, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You know, he's been here for 2 seasons, yeah. Yeah, of course he has. 2 seasons, he needs to go, mate. He can go, Cinnamon lad. And if there's an offer from Monaco or somewhere he's actually going to play, he might go. I mean, if United are signing Martinez, if we do sign Martinez, or a new goalkeeper in general, he's not going to get many chances. He will know his position at the football club as soon as we sign a new goalkeeper, or as soon as we're heavily linked properly to a new goalkeeper. Doing well. Yes, this weather is absolutely insane, isn't it, Aaron, lad? It's too much, mate. But it's lovely, though. But it's too much. Onana out, jelly fingers. Yes, old Lurpak hands. Yeah, let's go, old Vaseline hand. Let's go, Solitude Guard. 28 here in Lincoln. Beer o'clock, methinks. I love it. Yes, VG says, where are sources, Piggy? Can't be too positive. Loser falls are strengthening. Sources for what? For Sancho. So Sancho's reports are, this is from Gianluca Di Marzio in Italy. He says that Juventus have advanced to sign Jadon Sancho. Juventus have also started direct contact with Manchester United in the last few hours. So Di Marzio and a bunch of other sources reporting that they're in for him. In regards to other loans, obviously last night Fabrizio said that, yes, Martinez, we've made contact with Martinez's agents and we are, you know, interested in signing him and he's open to joining Manchester United. That's what Fabrizio said last night. But obviously, you know, there was no talks of actual contact between Man United and Aston Villa. Now, today there are reports coming out, various outlets suggesting that there are now talks with Aston Villa. Apparently, we made contact with Aston Villa to find out the terms of a potential deal. So, you know, it sounds positive, obviously. Sounds positive. Again, you've got to take all these things with a pinch of salt, because lots of these transfer deals just never materialise. But at the moment, it does seem like United are very much interested in signing Emiliano Martinez as a replacement for Andre Onana. I very much doubt it, Gregory, but I suppose if Arsenal don't sign him and they go for Gyokeres, could happen. Who's got a better chance to improve, Onana or Rasmus? I'd say Rasmus, definitely. He's a lot younger, and also if he finds like a good vein of goal-scoring form, who knows what he could go and do. It's a confidence thing for him. Yes, same with Onana, but Onana's more experienced and also still gash. And plus, like I say, goalkeeper's kind of a specialist position. It really is. Juve tried for freedom fighter last year too. Eric Ten Hag really did us in on these shit players. Take care. Going to sunbathe in the garden. Oh, good shout there, Kieran. Good shout. That's going to be tonight on the gaming channel, Ray. So we're doing a gaming stream tonight on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. I'll put a little link in the chat right now to the gaming channel. If you're not subscribed to Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube, use that link or the link in the description and give us a subscribe over on Flying Pig Gaming. We're on there tonight about 10:45 p.m. So we always draw the giveaways on the gaming channel, so come and join us for that. Thank you, Ivor. Thank you, Tala Parker. No progress there, Tala, just the same. Same as last night's video, but we'll give you an update later on tonight. Hopefully there'll be something. And also, hopefully, maybe there might even be a here we go from Fab. Who knows? If I hope it's true, Piggy will get a great bit of business from us. Oh, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? If we could get Onana and Sancho out soon. Oh, that would be a really great start for outgoings. Would Shaw even pass a medical? Pff, probably not. Shaw needs a hospital bed included in the sale. That'll be tonight, Ray. Shitter Paul. If players are on big money but only have a year left, might go and take a 4-year deal elsewhere. Get the likes of Shaw, Sancho. Yeah, true. I think Shaw, crazily enough, I could be wrong. Pretty sure he's contracted till 2028 though, isn't he? It's close, Brighton. It's close, but still not done. Still not agreed in terms of the club's agreements for the transfer fee and structure. 2 years of Josh time to go. 2 seasons of guff. Yes, stressful as hell. Johan, I agree with you. He's a great shithouse mentality. I love it. Emiliano Martinez has the mentality to cope at United, also the personality, not taking crap. Agreed. Like I was saying earlier, imagine a bit of Martinez and Martinez action. Bit of Argentinian shithousery at the back of the team would be great. Onana is human refuge. That is harsh, Gregory, but Marcus Rashford is crazy about signing for Barcelona, reports Mundo Deportivo. He told the club he could coexist with coexist with Nico Williams. I bet he could, but surely they're not going to want him now that they've got Nico Williams, now that they get Nico Williams. You know, that's his problem. They're not going to want him at striker, I don't think, but you never know. I mean, I doubt it. They've spent that money on Nico Williams that they were thinking about on Rashford, I think. Onana's good, given him one more season. His position is crucial too. No room for guff this long. Yes, very true, lad. Very true, lad. Sure, we'll go back to Southampton, I think. Not that I've heard any rumours. That would be amazing. If Onana thinks he's not 100%, he will go. Absolutely. Pogba going to Monaco could make Onana. And Chewbacca! And Chouameni! Oh, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. A bit of pollen going on there, maybe. How you doing there, Gregory Burke? Yes, not too bad. Thanks for asking, mate. Get in. She worked a night shift. She's asleep, lad. She'll probably be up to, because... Excuse me. Thank you, Aaron. Onana haven't got any competition for his place. Ten Hag should buy some of his signed players. Yeah, definitely get some of those melts back. That would be lovely. Onana, Anthony, Hoyland. Go and take him over there at Leverkusen, lad. Chewbacca! Oh, Onana, Shaw, Mount, anti-Rashford. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up before I have too much of a sneezing fit here, guys. But great chat as always, guys. We've been on here for an hour. Yeah, it's too hot, mate. It's now 28.5 degrees in here. It'll be 30 if I stay on here another 10 minutes. I can't handle it. I'm sweating like a PIG, mate. Oh, I'm sweating like a prodding on payday. Oh, my God. Get in, Pig, give me my t-shirt. William will be drawing it tonight on the gaming channel, my son. Yeah, an upgrade is an upgrade, I agree. But we're going to wrap this stream up, guys. It's Chewbacca! I think I've got a bit of hay fever on the go here, guys. I don't know. Maybe I am allergic to Onana. I need a tissue. My real name is Joe. My real name's Joe. Thank you so much, Johan. Yes, let's get in there. Right, anyway, guys, I'm going to... You have AV for yourself, says Gary. Thank you, Johan. Right, guys, I have to wrap this up. It's cash. Thank you, Aaron. Right, guys, nice one, Pyramid Scheme. Hell no. Hell no, Pyramid Scheme. Definitely not Isaac to Liverpool. Right, guys, I'm finishing this stream. I'm wrapping it up. What happened? Okay, I'm wrapping up the stream. Thank you so much to all you legends for tuning in. Sean Lim, Hydri, TK, Omar, 3187, all the legends in the chat. And everybody who chatted with me today and everybody else, thank you for interacting. Also, make sure you hit the like button before you go. Did we get to 200 likes? No. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes before it finishes. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to be back on here again tonight at 10 p.m.-ish with the latest Man United news and evening's transfer news. We'll keep you up to date. Should be an Mbuemo update or something to discuss then. We'll also be on if there's any breaking news before then. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to go before I start dribbling. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, click the links in the description to check us out on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. All Flying Pig United on all platforms. Check out the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, everyone in the chat here. Big up all the moderators like Tommy Ball and Co. All the mods, Chris Koo and everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Nice one, William Reedy. Nice one very much indeed there. Ivor, Superstar, Lucky Griffin, and everybody. Gregory, Pete, all the members in green like Pyramid Scheme, Gregory, Superstar, William, Legends. Big up Daz Salford, one of the mods and legendary member gifters there earlier on as well. Legends. Right, that's it from me, guys. Come back after this video is finished. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. Have your say in the not live comment section and keep the debate going there. Thank you, legends. Have a great day. See you later on. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com. So check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.